What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. This is Paul Hutchings coming to you with episode 17 of The Good Parts, a live social media show that I do every day, Monday through Friday, right around 11 a.m. Eastern. I don't always hit that exact mark. In fact, oftentimes I'm a little bit later than that, but that's my aim. So if you don't tune in live, you can know that the replays will always be on my social media profiles right around that time. Or shortly thereafter. So the goal of this show is to share one good part from my life and or business that hopefully you can get value from, that you can take into your life to use to create more happiness, freedom, abundance, prosperity, to live in the best way possible. That's the goal. So yeah, today, the title of today's episode, I'm going to be investigating the question, is money the root of all evil, or is the love of money the root of all evil? And by the way, I do have the ability to display your comments on the screen. So if you would let me know who you are, where you're plugging in from. I want to engage with everyone as much as I possibly can. And speaking of that, before I get into my somewhat unconventional, albeit seemingly prosperous thoughts on this particular question, I did want to shout out some of the people who have been tuning in recently. I wanted to shout out Teresa Christian. She's over in Oregon, and she responded via email to one of my recent Good Parts episodes with a great quote, and I wanted to pass this along. The quote is, "Challenge is a dragon with a gift in its mouth." That's from Teresa Christian. And that's one of the other things, by the way, another benefit I find in going live and engaging with people, doing the best you can to deliver something to them, but then also using your listening ear, reading the comments, paying attention to what people are saying. You can learn so much, and we can learn so much together. And this quote that Teresa sent me is a beautiful example of that. Also wanted to, hey, we got some live viewers tuning in. Nick Romane, what's up? Almost Heaven. Is that the name of the city? Almost Heaven? How did I not see that before? I like that. Ashley, what is going on? I literally just finished watching your live, and you were one of the people that I wanted to shout out if I can here. I got this comment from Ashley Casper yesterday. She said, "You talked me into it. I did my first episode today, nerves and all, LOL. Thanks for the inspiration. And the same lessons you talked about here are definitely the same in life problems too. I've worked on shifting my language. Our words have power. Have an awesome day." So I really, Ashley, I got to tell you, when I saw that, and hold on, guys, where's my StreamYard? When I saw that comment, it lit me up. It made my whole day. You can ask Amy Star Allen. I snapshotted it and I sent it to Amy, and I was like, yay, Ashley got inspired to actually, go live. And I went and watched your live this morning, Ashley, and you're awesome and amazing. And I learned in your live that you've done lives before. And one of the things I picked up from you in the live that you did today was that you, even though you, like, the phrase that you mentioned was, if once you learn how to ride a bike, you'll never forget. And then Ashley said, that may be true. However, if you don't practice riding the bike, at some point your nerves may get the best of you. I thought that was so good and so true. So way to go, Ashley. Please keep up the great service. And Veronique, hey, from Belgium. Hey, Ray, what's going on, my brother? Ray, the mind money mentalist. Ray's an awesome hypnotherapist coach. Really have enjoyed getting to know you a little bit, Ray. And he says, money, just like a firearm, is a tool. What is the intention one wants to do with it is the determining factor. Great insight. Nick says the state. So Almost Heaven is the state. What is your city? Why Almost Heaven? And Ashley says, thanks so much. So thank you, Ashley. Okay, so we shouted out Teresa Christian. Also wanted to shout out real quick Amy Star Allen, Michael Sorensen, Deborah Johnson, Gio Gianta, and Tony Sama, who all took advantage of the free food giveaway I gave yesterday in yesterday's live. So thanks for the emails. I was good connecting with all of you guys. And Bill Fever's here as well. What's up, Bill? Good to see you. Debbie Wood, what's going on? Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Oh, John Denver song. Okay. I'm not super familiar with John Denver's music. So thank you for that, Debbie. All right, guys. Well, let's get into the main topic. The love of money is the root of all evil. So this was inspired by a question we had on our morning coaching mastermind by a good friend of mine. And she was talking about how, there's a part in the book, Think and Grow Rich, that talks about developing a white hot burning desire, almost like an obsession. And I think the word obsession is used. There's another title of a book, I think, from who is it? Ogmandino somewhere talks about a magnificent obsession. And so, sometimes if we are raised in certain environments where we're taught certain things like money is the root of all evil, which is actually not what the Bible says. Of course, many of us know that. But there's a line in the Bible that says the love of money is the root of all evil. But even then, the love of money is the root of all evil. It kind of like it makes this association with money and evil. Money, bad. Don't go for money. Money not good. Don't want to be selfish. Somehow there's like this disconnect with money in some of the things that we're taught, that some of us maybe were taught. And and so it caused me to think about when I first got started on this journey of building a life of financial freedom. Some of you guys know this, some of you don't. I was living in a 1984 single wide mobile home. And I joined a business opportunity. It was a network marketing company. And I was working a job that I didn't love. I was in a call center making $11.09 an hour. And you get on this road when you join businesses like these, where they tell you that you need to grow, you need to learn, you need to expand your mind, right? So I was wanting to do that. So I remember there was this one day I was walking outside my trailer house and I had my headphones in and I was listening to an audio from Bob Proctor. And in this audio, Bob Proctor said this phrase, I love money and money loves me. And I remember the moment he said that, I thought to myself, oh, how shocking. He loves money? What? What is wrong with him? Does he not know that the love of money is the root of all evil? And I wrestled with that. Like, wow, like he says he loves money and money loves him. But the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. What is a poor boy from Idaho to do? Got this book from God is what they told me. The Bible, God says the love of money is the root of all evil. Bob Proctor says I love money and money loves me. What do I do? And this is one of the beautiful things. I mentioned this on the call this morning. One of the beautiful things of being on the road of personal development. Like if we were never challenged with ideas that we were presented with, where would there be growth? There would be no growth, right? If we could just take what we've got in our brain right now and stay exactly where we are right now and never learn anything different, never challenge any of our ideas or assumptions, never really question any of the beliefs that we have to say, hey, are these beliefs actually in alignment with the truth? Or is this just the thing I was taught that was repeated over and over and over again that everyone around me is repeating? Therefore, it's true. It's in these challenging moments where we begin to look inside and we begin to reflect and we begin to, I think, ask one of the greatest questions. And I think one of the greatest questions is, what do I think? What do I think about this? So Bob Proctor says this, Bible says this. What does Paul think about this? And what do you think about this? And that's the process of holding different ideas in our minds and seeing if we can expand our view and expand our consciousness and understand things in a little bit of a different way. So continuing on in this story, I began to ask myself a few questions. Like, sometimes I say, I love my home. At the time we were in this mobile home, but it was such a nice little comfortable home. It had textured walls that were painted well, and it had crown molding, and it was so cozy. My wife and I started there in our marriage, and then we eventually had a couple children there, and I love that home. And I would say I love my home. So I asked myself this question: is it evil of me to say that I love my home? My car, I've said before, I love my car. I love my car. It gets me from here to there. It drives me where I need to go. I love it. I'm so thankful for my car. I love my car. Is that evil? Is it evil to say I love my kids? I don't think that it is. This property that I live on right now, it's our dream property. When we were living in the mobile home, the single wide, my wife and I, we used to talk all the time about our dreams. And one of our dreams was to have a property in the country that had some acreage, that had plenty of room for our children to run and play outside. And we live now on a 7-acre property in Idaho. And boy, have there been so many times where I've been able to look out the front window and see my sons throwing the football in the front yard or riding the motorcycles around the house. In fact, just a week or two ago, they built this dirt bike track out behind our home because we have this big field. And I love my home. It's such a great place for me to live and feel safe, and for my family to grow up, and for us to create memories. Is it evil of me to say that I love my home? Well, I don't think it is. And when you realize that all of these things that I just mentioned, the house, the car, the property, these are physical equivalents of money. Like, it took money to buy these things, right? So if we were to take this Bible phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil, at face value, and just swap out money with my car or my house, then we could say that the love of my home is the root of all evil. We could say the love of my car is the root of all evil, etc. And does this make sense? Right now, this doesn't, this, I'm not illustrating these points or asking these questions to say that Bible phrase is wrong, because sometimes things can be true in certain senses and with certain definitions, right? And when I think about, like, what's wrong with the world today? What a great question that we probably don't want to ask too much. I think a better question is, what's right with the world today? And if I do say, hey, what's wrong with the world today? I want to quickly come to a point where I say, what can I do to help make that wrong thing more right? Right. So we can stay positive and we can stay focused on the good things. But if I was to boil down one thing that I look out into the world and I see, wow, like, what would be a better situation? I do see people who love power. I do see people who love money. And in some of those cases, decisions seem to be made that are not good for people, because there's this obsession with money or power or status or whatever, you fill in the blank. So that Bible phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil, in that sense, boy, it seems like there is some truth to that. So what I want to do real quick, hopefully if I can still say real quick, we're only 13 minutes in, and we're going to get to the comments here in just a moment. Ashley says, this is such a great topic. Thank you so much, Ashley. So I want to read a piece of text for you guys. The Rock says, for the love of wisdom, I cannot believe Dwayne Johnson is on my live. I'm becoming even more famous than I thought. Ha, just kidding. Welcome, Rock. Thank you for posting that. Okay, so the thing I want to share, and then here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to have the audacity to rewrite that Bible phrase. Okay. Yeah, you can judge me, you can criticize me, but I'm going to ask myself the question. Here's a phrase that I love for myself. Questions are the keys that unlock the chains of thought tyrants. Because a belief that is not true and or is holding us back in a certain way from becoming all that we can become is literally a chain, and it's a thought tyrant. And my view is that when we ask sincere questions, and when we dare to question things that sometimes people hold as sacred cows. Oh, how dare you question, Paul, how dare you question the Bible? How dare you rewrite a line from the Bible? Well, I'm going to dare. So after I share this little piece of text with you, I'm going to share how I would rewrite that phrase if I were to rewrite it to make it feel and seem more accurate to me and maybe you. So hold on for just a moment to that thought. And I want to read to you this little piece of text. This comes from a book called Atlas Shrugged. And there's a little spot in the book where, and I'm going to see if I can share the screen here. It's called the money speech. And here it's only a couple paragraphs. Okay, selections. These are selections from the money speech by Francisco d'Ancona from Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. And I just want to encourage all of us to just think about these words as food for thought. Food for thought. See what they do. So you think that money is the root of all evil, said Francisco d'Ancona. Have you ever asked what is the root of money? Money is a tool of exchange which can't exist unless there are no goods produced and men and women, of course, able to produce them. Money is the material shape of the principle that men who wish to deal with one another must deal by trade and give value for value. Money is not the tool of moochers who claim your product by tears or of the looters who take it from you by force. Money is made possible only by the men and women who produce. Is this what you consider evil? When you accept money in payment for your effort, you do so only on the conviction that you will exchange it for the product of the effort of others. Those pieces of paper, which should have been gold, are a token of honor, your claim upon the energy of those who produce. Your wallet is your statement of hope that somewhere in the world around you, there are men and women who will not default on that moral principle which is the root of money. Is this what you consider evil? To trade by means of money is the code of the men of goodwill. Money rests on the axiom that every man is the owner of his mind and his effort. Money allows no power to prescribe the value of your effort except the voluntary choice of the man who is willing to trade you his effort in return. Money permits you to obtain for your goods and your labor that which they are worth to the men who buy them, but no more. Money permits no deals except those to mutual benefit by the unforced judgments of the traders. Money will not purchase happiness for the man who has no concept of what he wants. Money will not give him a code of values if he's evaded the knowledge of what to value, and it will not provide him with a purpose if he's evaded the choice of what to seek. Money will not buy intelligence for the fool, or admiration for the coward, or respect for the incompetent. Money is your means of survival. The verdict you pronounce upon the source of your livelihood is the verdict you pronounce upon your life. If the source is corrupt, you have damned your own existence. Money will always remain in effect and refuse to replace you as the cause. Money is the product of virtue, but it will not give you virtue, and it will not redeem your vices. Money will not give you the unearned, neither in matter nor in spirit. Is this the root of your hatred of money? Or did you say it's the love of money that's the root of all evil? To love a thing is to know and love its nature. To love money is to know and love the fact that money is the creation of the best power within you, and your passkey to trade your effort for the effort of the best among men. So long as men live together on earth and need means to deal with one another, their only substitute, if they abandon money, is the muzzle of a gun. Until and unless you discover that money is the root of all good, you ask for your own destruction. When money ceases to be the tool by which men deal with one another, then men become the tools of other men. Blood, whips, and guns, or dollars. Take your choice. There is no other, and your time is running out. So I love those lines, not because maybe I agree with every single part of them, but because they challenge that assumption that the love of money is the root of all evil. Would I say money is the source of all good? I probably wouldn't say that. My belief is God is the source of all good. But I also think that loving God is about loving the good that's been created, loving the good in existence, loving my home, loving my car, loving my ability to do things for myself and for others. And money is the facilitator of all of that, So if I was to rewrite the Bible phrase, Here's where Paul is perhaps going to be considered blasphemous by some and a courageous, preacher of the truth by others. And I'm okay with either category you want to put me in. It's your choice. But what I would say is the love of money more than people is the root of all evil. If you find yourself loving money more than treating people with kindness, treating people with respect, being honest with people, if you're loving money more than those things, I would say that's where we go wrong, And the phrase, we've probably all heard this, love people, use money, not the other way around. Well, if you love money more than people, you can slip into finding yourself using people. And we don't want to use people. We want to love people, serve people, give to people, lift people as we continue to grow our wealth and step into more freedom and abundance. So I'm going to jump to the comments, guys. Those are my thoughts for today. Hopefully you've gotten some value from them. And real quick, before I jump into the comments, if you did get value from this, I do these every day, Monday through Friday. And I would love to invite you to, subscribe to me on social media, especially if you're catching me for the first time. If you want to get more content like this. And also, if you want to be sure that you'll get these episodes, I do also email them out daily to my email list. And if you go to paulhutchings.net/GIFTS, you can grab a free gift, a free goodie, and subscribe to my email list and get these future Good Parts episodes. So let's jump to the comments here, guys. I'm excited to see and hear your thoughts. So Bill Fever says, it is making money an idol. We can make an idol from anything. Great point, Bill. Debbie says, oh, that's not relevant to the topic, but she shared the song, right? So thanks for that, Debbie. Nick says the mind is like a piece of land just waiting to be farmed and tilled. Yeah. And who's going to be the farmer and the tiller? Are we going to take charge of that individually and be selective about the people and the voices and the thoughts that we allow to maybe help us do the tilling from time to time? So Rock says, thank you for having me. So glad you're here. Okay. We got a scripture here from the Rock. He says, these things I have spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time comes when I shall no more speak to you in Proverbs, but shall show you plainly the Father. Okay. And his illustration in there is the word does change, can change. Okay. Good point. Good thought to think about. Debbie says, Ayn Rand, love her wisdom in the book. So many great nuggets in it. Had forgotten that part. Yes, that's a great reminder, isn't it? Let me know the pages that is from. Oh, so I don't know which pages that is from, Debbie. I grabbed that, but I did add it into our version of the Science of Getting Rich that we study on our morning mastermind. So if you go to the website that I mentioned earlier, paulhutchings.net/GIFTS, and you get the mastermind collection, then you'll find that at the very end of the Science of Getting Rich, the copy that we have. Rock says, good job. You got a great positive attitude, sir. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very, very much. So that's it, guys. That's Good Parts for today. Hope you get out there, take action, go for your dreams, be good to people, love people, serve people, shine light into the world. And also, if you're not taking the Good Parts Challenge yet, I would like to give you an invitation. Good Parts Challenge is simply where you commit to go live on a consistent basis, daily, weekly, whatever, you pick it. And all you do is you share one good part from your life and or business that someone else can get value from. And if you want to do hashtag Good Parts Challenge, we can find your content. And also you can find others' content in that challenge. So that's it, guys. Have a good one. Take care and bye for now.